Hey now, I'm back with a fantastic trading system that is designed for traders who want to level up their game. And if you hunt sheep like me, then stay through to the end where I give you my extremely popular optimization tips. But right now, just crush that subscribe button before the market does this to your account. I call this system Kill the Sheep. And like most trading systems, it can be adapted to Forex, crypto, options, stocks, indices, or any instrument that has significant volume and market participants. This trading strategy uses 5 free TradingView indicators. As always, links and settings to all indicators are listed in the description below. The first indicator is the Exponential Moving Average, or EMA. I am going to set the length to 200 and color it in white. The 200 EMA will be used to determine overall trend direction. The second free TradingView indicator is another EMA. This study will be set to the length of 50 and colored in orange. The 50 exponential moving average will be used as one of the entry triggers. The third indicator to place on the chart is the SuperTrend. Inputs and style will be kept at default settings. The SuperTrend will be used as a trigger or trigger confirmation. The fourth study this system uses are the ATR bands. The upper and lower bands will be configured to 3 times the average true range value, and the bands will be rigged for blue. These lines will be used to set the stop loss level for each entry. The fifth and final study to place on the chart is the Chaikin Money Flow, or CMF. The input will be set to 20, and I am going to color the money flow line in yellow. The CMF was developed by Mark Chaikin in the 1970s and is used to measure buying and selling pressure, or more specifically, accumulation and distribution market phases. In Kill the Sheep, the Chaikin money flow will be used in a somewhat subjective manner to validate the system's signals. Let's go over entry criteria and review some examples. As always, system rules and details are listed in the description. This chart is Bitcoin versus the US dollar 4-hour candlesticks. Before I get into the specific rules, I would like to point out that these rules can be triggered in any order. I will give you some examples on some different methods to enter to illustrate this point. The rules to enter a long on Kill the Sheep are: first, price must be above the 200 EMA. Second, price has to touch or go below the 50 EMA in orange. Third, the pullback into the 50 EMA must cause hidden bullish divergence on the Chaikin money flow, so we can see a higher low on price and a lower low on the CMF. Fourth, price must close above the 50 EMA. And fifth, there must be a SuperTrend buy signal. Our rules are met when this candle closes. That is our trigger candle. We place our stop at the ATR bands and target 1 to 3. If you enjoy this content, make sure to click that like button. And this example continues the trend and hits the profit target. I have one more long example, and this entry will meet all of the rules but in a different order. First, price is above the 200 EMA. Second, in this example, we get the SuperTrend buy signal before the 50 EMA bounce. Next, we have hidden bullish divergence on the Chaikin money flow, a higher low on price, and a much lower low on the CMF. And then in this example, we can see a touch of the 50 EMA and a close above it. Everything converges on this candle, and it serves as our trigger. The stop is placed at 3 times the ATR value of the trigger candle, and 1 to 3 is our target. And this example hits our target with this very impulsive move. Now we flip to shorts. This is what I would test for shorts. First, price must be below the 200 EMA in white. Second, price has to touch or go above the 50 EMA in orange. Third, the pullback into the 50 EMA must cause hidden bearish divergence on the Chaikin money flow. So here we can see a lower high on price and a higher high on the CMF. This is hidden bearish divergence. Fourth, price must close back below the 50 EMA. And finally, we are looking for a SuperTrend sell signal. All of that happens on this candle here. That is our trigger candle. The stop is placed at 3 times the ATR, which is this ATR band in blue, and our target is 1 to 3. and this example rapidly hits the target. I am going to show you one more quick short example. First, we can see price is below the 200 EMA in white. Second, in this example, our SuperTrend sell signal comes way before our entry. Third, we have hidden bearish divergence on the CMF, a lower high on price and a much higher high on the Chenkin money flow. Fourth, we get a close above and then a close below the 50 EMA in orange. Our rules converge when this candle closes and it serves as our entry trigger. The stop is placed at the ATR band line in blue above the trigger candle and the target is 3 times risk. And this short kills our profit target. I am going to give you some fantastic ideas on how we can improve this system along with a trader's landing score. And now it's time to do what I do. If you enjoy this content, hit the like button. Remember, this is just 100 tests on one instrument. If you are thinking of using this system, please do extensive back and forward testing and be sure to let our community know what you discover. This test was done on Bitcoin versus the US dollar 4-hour Japanese candlesticks. It took almost 7 years to get those 100 setups, and do not be scared off by that because there is an optimization tip that can get you into many more setups in a shorter space of time. Most wins in a row came in at 6, and most consecutive losses turned out to be 9, which I will address in a moment. This system had a win rate of 52%, and risking 2% per trade, the total gain on account was 216% gross profit. But what I really want to highlight is the profit factor here, which was an astounding 3.25, and I will go over what we can parlay that into in a moment. So the equity curve here is interesting. We start out with this impulsive move up, and then this extended drawdown, followed by a very motive move that really fattens the account. I am going to show you a way to mitigate this portion of the test, which was caused by 9 consecutive losses, which will have an arresting effect on this portion of the equity curve, but the trade-off will be a more versatile system on the smaller time frames. What score would you give this strategy? Let me know in the comments below. I give this system a trader's landing score of 9 because this system accounts for market structure in the form of hidden divergence and includes volume by incorporating the CMF. But it is still subjective as you have to spot and judge the hidden divergences. Remember, the enemy of great is good. I have 6 ideas on how we can improve this system. First and foremost, when you are trading the 4-hour and above, provided you have the time, an opportunistic trader can try to execute on the lower time frames. You can see the 4-hour is taking off without you, but you can participate in this market move by lowering your time frame resolution and executing the system there. Second, like I went over in this video with a similar system called the works, you can use an oscillator such as the RSI or the stochastic RSI to filter out late moves. Here you can see these 2 signals were filtered out because both oscillators are in the overbought territory. Next, I know some traders see the time it took to get that 100 setups and they will automatically disregard this strategy. But there are a few things you should consider. First, the profit factor was an amazing 3.25. This is a good indication that this strategy will be profitable on the smaller time frames, thus creating more opportunities to enter. Second, remember this is only one instrument. You can deploy this on multiple pairs at once, which can exponentially increase your opportunities to trade. And third, the profit factor also tells us you may want to change at least a portion of the profit target to even a higher level to capture more opportunities. Fourth, if you want to really take this system to the next level, you must incorporate king market structure. These are 2 valid entries, but this candle is where I would enter. You can see this candle breaks the channel and crosses below the previous swing high. This is very similar to how I trade. Fifth, I know in some of my videos I take partial profit or move the stop to break even after 1-to-1 is hit, and I do that as a general guide. But another way to do it is to look at market structure. Here, we can see a break of a high, and that would be a good spot to take some profit and protect the rest of the position. If I did this during the test, this drawdown would not have been so pronounced. Furthermore, be wary of anomalies. I saw this when backtesting. You can see the ATR bands turn into the Grand Canyon due to this row candle. These are more common in crypto than FX. If you see things like this on the chart, best to stay away, because in this instance, your stop loss using this system would be absolutely ridiculous. Check out this playlist for more profitable systems, and have a great day, because you deserve it.